So William Hill are using regulation to maximise profit, stop £10 winners, and their pals in the media are helping them do it. So I'm going to expose it. Now, many of you have complained about William Hill since we started this series, but this case is particularly bad. I'll redact the followers' personal details for privacy, although they've shared absolutely everything with me and given me permission to expose it. Sadly, this appears to be the routine behaviour from the company. So I'll be sharing several other shocking truths about William Hill that they won't want you to see, along with how morally bankrupt individuals in the media smooth things over and cover up their paying sponsors' behaviour. Unlike this channel where we're sponsored by you guys and the truth, so tap it down below. So to set the scene for you, around about a month ago, a follower of this channel left this comment on a video, which is nothing out of the ordinary because we get many complaints about bookmakers and the way they behave. In particular, William Hill has come up many times before, although this time they followed up via email and sent me all the information, which piqued my interest because it's a pretty extreme case. So the individual that I'm going to refer to as Crispy Critter seen a William Hill advert around about the 3rd of February 2022 where they clicked and signed up. The offer was for to place £10 bet and receive £30 free bet. So they duly opened their account, placed a £10 bet straight away, of which the bet lost. William Hill credited their £30 in free bets, which was two £15 bets shortly afterwards, and they placed both of those two £15 free bets the same day. The bets were placed on two different horse races, of which one lost and one won. The winning bet won a profit of £47 after the free bet stake was deducted. Now, once this happened at this point, Crispy Critter decided that I'm going to withdraw that £47. I've took my chance and I'm happy with that. Processed the withdrawal of William Hill, logged out for the day, thought nothing of it. What happened next is pretty unreal, but before we carry on with this particular story, I need to make two clear points. First of all, the Betting and Gaming Council, the standards body for bookmakers of which William Hill is a very large contributor, has recently made an effort to explain that they do not want affordability checks to be mandatory on a government level, because they say that just 1 out of 5 punters are willing to go through affordability, meaning that 80% are not willing to submit their documents. It results in them losing business, and the punters don't want it. And also they've said that of studies that have been done, 95% of people are not willing to submit their information. So they're fully aware that in going through the affordability process means that people just leave things as they are a lot of the time. The second point is on the Gambling Commission's website, where I quote, "Players must not be asked for information at the point they request a withdrawal from their account, if the operator could have reasonably asked for this information at an earlier time." That comes under the Gambling Commission's rules for operators under fairness and transparency. So what happened next? Well, Crispy Critter went to log into his William Hill account the day after, on the 4th of February, to find that the account had been suspended. He couldn't access the account and he couldn't gather any information or evidence from the account because William Hill had placed these restrictions. They were asking to go through those very checks that we just said there the Gambling Commission says they should not be doing at this point, which is where the plot really thickens, because Crispy Critter willingly put forward the documents that they asked for, sent them through and emailed to them, although it resulted in several back and forth for a few days where William Hill said the documents weren't clear enough, that they wanted him to hold his ID next to his face, that they wanted additional information, and they asked for all of these pieces of information, which we'll share with you on the screen now. I don't know about you, but I find it a little bit bizarre that they'll only accept a bank or credit card statement showing your transactions to William Hill as proof of address. What kind of checks are these exactly? Is it know your customer checks? Is it affordability checks? Is it gambling harm checks? For £10? Do they think maybe he's money laundering for £10? It's all a bit confusing, especially when you consider that a few days before creating the account, William Hill were fined £3 million for not doing such checks on somebody who had deposited £1 million. In fact, when they did do some checks on that individual, they accepted payout of £176,000 for a claim 10 years previous. So to reiterate here, if you're a winner and you deposited £10, you're going to get lots of affordability checks, lots of stringent information. If you deposit £1 million, very little, and they'll accept information that's 10 years old. Seems a little bit off, doesn't it? So anyway, if we go back to Crispy Critter's case, he supplied all the information and also submitted a complaint to IBAS, the Independent Betting Adjudication Service, on the 10th of February. A day later, IBAS got in touch with him and said in order for them to process the case and move it forward, they need a deadlock number supplied by William Hill, for which he has asked William Hill via several different means, both online and telephone, where they told him they'll get back to him in due course. And that was the last contact he had with them on the 17th of February, nearly a whole month ago. He has reached out and emailed them since, although they haven't replied, which makes you wonder, are they using these affordability checks and the fact that they know that 80% of customers are unlikely to follow up on documents, particularly when they don't respond, saving themselves 47 quid. Now, aside from me and this channel with these videos, you won't be hearing about this because the industry media is well and truly bored. Presenters are too busy selling tips for William Hill, sending lambs to the slaughter. One might even want to argue that their pay is coming from incidents like this with Crispy Critter. Never know, next they'll be on TV saying how affordability checks shouldn't be happening to the masses, although they are quite happily to accept them and use them on winning accounts like Crispy Critter previous. Oh wait, let's see Racing UK. Now look, I don't want to be horrible to broadcasters, presenters individually here, as I've said many times before, because it's not just one, there's many of them doing this, but I reached out to Nick Luck earlier this week to ask him directly how he felt about profiting from this kind of situation, and of course shilling tips for William Hill. He didn't respond. One can only assume that all of those notifications from the engagement via comments, likes, retweets just didn't show up on his end. Now look, I want to hold up here as well because I already know what some people are going to be saying in the comments. You'll have seen from Crispy Critter's comment right at the beginning there, he did say that when he placed a bet, he laid off some of the liability on the exchange. He was being smart, he was making sure that he was getting good odds and making use of the free bets. Some people call it match betting, which of course I would advise as a side hustle. It's a great way to earn some money. It's not actually gambling, it's just being smart with the offers and then selling off the liability. Something that's been endorsed time and time again by Google and YouTube via adverts. If you're interested in services that do that, then check out the links in the description down below for the likes of Profit Rush or Odds Monkey. And for anyone that's got an issue with that, I would say, look, the bookmakers already get to choose their odds, they get to choose their promotions, they get to choose the terms in which they provide bets to the public. If they want to provide it, then they should actually provide it, particularly if they're advertising it. I mean, come on, they pay millions to advertise these free bets, they pay millions to advertise these best prices that they'll give, then they should actually be doing it, because nobody's making them offer these prices and promotions, instead of signing people up, being disingenuous the moment they win, using affordability regulation and paperwork to avoid paying out. Now, as a side note to Nick and other pundits, please don't take this personally, but at the end of the day, if you're going to put yourself out there, you're going to sell these tips, you're going to take these bookies dirty money for the way they're behaving, then you have to expect people like myself and other people on social media to speak out and share this information about it. Because the truth is, unless the general public makes these issues common knowledge, I don't think it's likely to change. Bookies have been behaving like this for years, with the media channels and presenters covering it up for their sponsorship money. They even send viewers to get ripped off deliberately. As I reveal here in this video, the bookies, tipsters and media always win, as long as they get to censor what's really going on. So if you want to do something about it, don't forget to tap the like button down below, share this video, and we'll see you next time.